Welcome back, everybody, to the New York Knicks, MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K23. We have made it to the playoffs here in season number 5, and today we will find out who the Knicks will be playing in the first round, along with the first 2 games of our series, along with our friends out west in Minnesota. So the Knicks finished with the same record as the Washington Wizards, but because of some sort of tiebreaker, we ended up getting the number 1 seed over them. The rest of the Eastern Conference is super close, and whoever we play against in the first round is a pretty good team. The teams between 3 and 9 are only separated by a few games. As for the West, again, we had a tie for the 1 seed. It went to the Rockets over the Sonics, while the Minnesota Timberwolves end up as the 4 seed. They'll go up against OKC in the first round. That'll probably be the only competitive series in the Western Conference. I think our Knicks are in a decent enough spot. I mean, we've been playing fairly well since the All-Star break, but we've been getting hit hard by the injury bug. Ochai Agbaji suffered a season-ending spinal injury, and then in the last episode, Jarrett Allen tore his Achilles. The Jarrett Allen injury in particular is a big one because he's really our only capable center. Zachariah Royster can handle playing down low, but nobody else really can. So we started a little experiment in the last episode of putting Jason Tatum at center. I know it seems a little bit desperate, but it kind of worked. We played actually pretty well with Tatum at the 5 and Royster still coming off the bench. I may change that depending on who we match up with in the first round. As for Minnesota, the end of the season went a lot smoother for them. No major injuries. Apollo Thanopoulos won the Rookie of the Year and made All-NBA second team. Coco Diablo nearly won the Most Improved. Life is good for Minnesota, while for the Knicks, there's a lot more drama, if you will. So the Knicks will be playing against one of these 4 teams in the first round. The Pistons, the Bulls, the Pacers, or the Magic. So the Pistons will play the Bulls, the winner will be the 7th seed, and then the loser of that game will face off against the winner of the Indiana-Orlando game, and obviously the winner will end up being the 8th seed. I think these teams are all pretty good. The Magic are a clear step below them, but we've also lost to the Magic 2 years in a row in the playoffs, so I'd rather not face off against them. Of the other teams, the Pistons on paper are really good, and the Bulls scare me too, because we played them last episode and they look really good. There's the play-in in the West. Everybody in the West is worse than the East, pretty much. The East is so much more deeper. So we're going to simcast these games. This is the battle for the 7th seed. Really competitive game. It looks like Chicago's going to take the edge, and we will not have to worry about playing the Bulls in the first round. They'll be the 7th seed and face off against Washington. Good performance all around here for the Bulls. When we played them in the last episode, their offense was really impressive, and I'd be worried about a matchup with them because they have good presence on the perimeter, good ball movement, and good bigs. So now we'll see which team will play Detroit. We played against both of these teams in the playoffs last year. We beat the Pacers in the first round. We lost to the Magic in the second round, and Indiana is cruising. They're going to win by 40. So the Magic are eliminated. We won't have to see them for a 3rd straight year. Thank God. It's a good win here for Indiana. Benedict Mathurin with 39. Good Lord. Tyrese Halliburton with 26 and 10. So the Pacers and the Pistons will battle it out to determine who the 8th seed will be. As for the West, it's been all chalk so far. New Orleans gets 7. Sacramento will play the Lakers for 8. So as we look at the Pistons, this team on paper is loaded. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, and Devin Booker in the starting lineup. And then off the bench, they have Mikal Bridges and Kawhi Leonard. This team is better than the Pacers, but they lack size, which is a good matchup with us. The Pacers are not as good on paper, but they still got some studs with Halliburton and Mathurin, and they've got more size than Detroit. Remember Alfie Kohn last year? He dominated in the playoffs against us, and I really don't want to have to play him again. Pretty competitive game early on. The Pistons seem to be taking the edge. Now it's Indiana. Now it's back and forth. The Pistons had the lead late, but the Pacers are clawing back. So we're going to hop in with 1:40 left to go and watch the end of this game. We'll see if Indiana can make the comeback or if we'll be playing against Detroit in the first round. Halliburton with the quick layup to cut the lead to 2. Devin Booker, the big trade deadline acquisition, now with it. Booker, the Michigan native, hits the step-back jumper. Pistons up by 4. Halliburton's a little bit banged up. He's playing through injuries. He gets the screen. His jumper is good. And again, we are within 2. 114-112. The Pistons want the ball in the hands of Devin Booker. Booker, tough shot, will fall. Big bucket for Devin Booker. The lead back up to 4 for the Pistons. Here's Halliburton with it inside over to the big man, Alfie Kohn, the 3rd-year pro from France, who was really good in the first round last year against us. Cuts the lead to 2. Now the Pistons have it back. Booker, his shot won't fall. Rebounded by Surratt. The Pacers can tie or take the lead. It's in the hands of Halliburton, guarded by Jaden Ivey, and his pass is intercepted by Kawhi, who hands it off to Ivey, who has been fouled. Jaden Ivey would go 2 for 2 from the line, and the Pistons are back up by 4. Milton Surratt heaves up a 3, won't fall, rebounded by Cade Cunningham, and that should just about do it. Cunningham would go to the line. He would make both. Pacers hanging on for dear life as the shot is no good, and that will do it. The Detroit Pistons beat the Pacers 120-114 for the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference, and with that, we'll be facing off against Detroit in the first round of the playoffs, and I think this is going to be a really intriguing matchup. The Pistons are not your ordinary 8 seed. As we saw their roster just a moment ago, on paper they are loaded. 38, 11, and 5 for Cade Cunningham. If Cade did this in a real elimination game, I would be pushing some nasty agendas as a major Pistons fan and big Cade stan myself. 20 and 11 for Booker. Jaden Ivey was pretty good as well with 15 and 8. As for the Pacers, Benedict Mathurin was really good again. Halliburton was solid, so was Cone and Jalen Brunson, but not quite enough to get the job done for Indiana. The Kings ended up beating the Lakers in the West, so it ended up being all chalk. And then in the East, it wasn't exactly chalk. The Bulls and Pistons flip-flopped for 7 and 8, but those two teams were expected to get in. So let's really dive into this matchup here with Detroit, and I think it could be really competitive. The Pistons are kind of in a similar situation to us in the sense that I feel like they have a lot to prove. Last year, they were the number 2 seed. They lost in the first round of the playoffs. They're only 2 games behind the 3 seed, so they're really solid. Ivy and Cade are the true stars of this team, and Devin Booker was obviously a big deadline acquisition. That is a nasty big 3. They've got a good defensive duo off the bench with Kawhi Leonard and Mikal Bridges. The question about this team is their size. Their front court consists of Mark Williams and Jackson Hayes. So because of that, I think we're going to continue to roll with the Jason Tatum at center experiment. I would not have done that had we been playing like the Pacers or the Bulls, who have more established big men. We're going to give more of our best players more minutes because it's the playoffs, and I want our best players on the floor. So we'll be starting off with Game 1 here. We'll be going through both Games 1 and 2 today here at the Garden. Great opportunity to win some games here at home and take an early series lead, hopefully to where we won't really have to worry too much going into Detroit and try to get things done in 5 or 6. But I don't think this series is going to be that easy for the Knicks because Detroit's got themselves a squad. They are not your ordinary 8th seed. I mean, for one thing, they're only 2 games behind the 3rd seed. They've got a dynamic big 3 on the perimeter with Cade, Ivy, and Booker. It's just about the size for Detroit. Will Mark Williams and Jackson Hayes be able to hold up? Because they have everything else. They have the high-level guards. They've got great vets off the bench. As Jason Tatum at center wins the tip, and we are underway Game 1, Round 1 at the 2026 playoffs. The Knicks have had 2 early exits in the playoffs over the last 2 seasons, so they've got something to prove here as Jason Tatum knocks down an early 3 to get the scoring started. Tatum's obviously got to step up as the number 1 star on the team. As Jackson Hayes gets the putback slam, that's the concern for the Knicks. Will they be able to hold up with these bigger bigs that the Pistons have? Here's Jaden Ivey over to Devin Booker, who lets it fly for 3. And that'll put the Pistons ahead. 5-3 now. Ramses, step back. Long 2, no good. But Cam Reddish is there with the offensive rebound and the putback. All the attention is on Jason Tatum playing center, but Cam Reddish is playing the 4 as well. I'm curious to see how he's going to hold up. Booker inside. Blows by Edwards for the layup. Devin Booker was the guy we almost traded for. Obviously, we went for Edwards instead. Nice move by Jaden Ivey. No good. But the putback will fall for Mark Williams. Again, not the most talented bigs, but if these guys will be able to outmatch the lack of size that the Knicks front court has, that could be a big deal for the Pistons. DJ Ramses hits the 3. Nice shot. He's got 5, and the Knicks are ahead, 9-10. Cunningham inside for Devin Booker, who throws it down. D-Book making some plays early as the Pistons are back ahead. Tatum, step back, drives by the defender, and throws it down. One of the pluses of having Jason Tatum's assignment being Mark Williams is that Tatum's going to be able to cook on offense. There's Jaden Ivey with the and 1. He's fouled by Reddish. Jaden Ivey's just so fast and explosive going to the basket. Not much the Knicks can really do there. Pull-up jumper for Ivy, no good, but Hayes is there with the offensive rebound and the putback. New York's got to call a timeout. Detroit's really starting to play well as they lead it by 6. We'll see what the second unit can do here for the Knicks with most of the backups in the game now. Cunningham inside for Kawhi Leonard, the claw, who throws it down. Kawhi's not the player he once was, but he still provides value off the bench for Detroit. There's Buddy Johnson, the rookie, with the slam. Buddy Johnson getting his first taste of playoff basketball. Buddy, interestingly enough, is the only Knicks player to have played in all 82 regular season games this year. He did not lead the team in games played, though. Damian Lillard with the Knicks and the Blazers played in 83 total. Anthony Edwards off the dunk. Gets it over to Jason Tatum, who hits for 3. Now the Knicks are really starting to come along now. Tatum's got 8, and New York's within 1 possession. Edwards over to Lillard in the corner for the rookie. Buddy Johnson with another early bucket. I know it's early, but the moment does not appear to be too big for Buddy Johnson. 22 apiece now. Kawhi with the screen from Williams. Inside, and Mark Williams with the slam. Williams replaced Jalen Duren, who signed with the Bulls this offseason. Royster inside for Jason Tatum, who gets the slam. Tatum in the double figures here in the first quarter as we're knotted up at 24. Dalen Carter-Jones misses the 3. Williams with the board. Back out to Carter-Jones. He connects on the triple. The Knicks almost drafted Dalen Carter-Jones a couple years ago. Obviously, they went for Zachariah Royster instead. But Carter-Jones has developed into a good pro nonetheless. Lillard for the tie. Hits for 3. We are knotted up at 29. About 30 seconds left here in the first quarter of Game 1. In the corner is Leonard, who lobs it up for Dalen Carter-Jones, who makes a big backdoor cut. 2-point game now. Here's Buddy Johnson for the lead. No good. And that'll wrap up the first quarter. It's been a very tight, competitive game so far. The Knicks currently trail. Now it's tied 33-33. DiCarlo with it. He gets it over to Reddish in the corner for DJ Ramses, who hits for 3. New York takes the lead. 33-36. Ramses back with it. Drives inside with the slam. Playoff DJ Ramses is a different beast. Remember his rookie year in his first playoff game where he dropped like 40? In the second playoff game, he broke his leg 5 minutes into it, but that's besides the point. There's Jaden Ivey with the layup. 35-40. New York looking great early here in the second quarter. Kawhi lobs it up for Devin Booker, who throws it down. One of the problems of having no bigs and a bunch of perimeter-oriented guys is that nobody knows when to help inside. Nice step back for Ramses. He's got 15 points already here in the first half. Knicks back ahead by 6. Crossover by Jaden Ivey inside with the slam. Again, Jaden Ivey is just too quick. If he's in his full speed, you're not going to get past him. There's Ivey again off the pass from Cade Cunningham for the dunk. 43-47 now. Pretty high-scoring game. This has been a really fast, high-tempoed game. Both of these offenses move super quick. Good 3 at the top of the key for Mikal Bridges. 46-47. Reddish with the slam. It's a Cam slam for Cam Reddish, dunking it home on Jackson Hayes. 48-49. Cade Cunningham wide open. I don't know what the defensive mislaps was there, but you don't leave Cade wide open from 3 because he can sling it. Cade won the 3-point shooting contest this year at All-Star Weekend. There's Edwards with the dunk, and the Knicks are back ahead, 53-51, with 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Tie game now. Lillard over to Edwards. Deep 3. Got it! A long-range triple for Anthony Edwards. The Knicks are in takeover mode now. A great opportunity to really gain some momentum here before the end of the half as Dalen Carter-Jones at the top of the key ties it. We're now knotted up at 56. Jason Tatum with it. Step back. Tatum for the lead. Hits the 3. Both teams are hot late in the half. Cunningham in the corner. Over to Carter-Jones. He sends it to Hayes. Over to Mikal Bridges. And he will hit the triple. 61-59. Final seconds of the first half. It's Lillard trying to create some space. His shot at the buzzer is no good. And that will wrap up the first half. 61-59 your score. The Knicks lead the Pistons. It's been a decently high-scoring game so far, and it's not that both of these teams have been otherworldly efficient. The Knicks are shooting under 50% from the field. The Pistons are barely over 50%. But it's that both of these teams' tempos are so quick. They're getting shots off at such a fast pace. into the second half. The Pistons will start things off in takeover mode as Jaden Ivey hits a quick layup, and we are knotted up at 61. DJ Ramses for three, no good. Ball is tipped into the hands of Cam Reddish. He is blocked, and Tatum ends up with it. Way to keep fighting on that possession by the Knicks. 63 apiece now. Here is Reddish in the corner for Ramses. He has 19 points. Ramses slicing and dicing inside. He makes the layup. DJ Ramses has been the Knicks' best player today, particularly on offense. He has been cooking this Pistons defense. Ivey, nice floater. It's good. Jaden Ivey's probably been the Pistons' best player today. He has been really good. Ivey's off to a hot start in the second half as he sends it for Cunningham, who dunks it, and the Pistons now have the lead, 67-65. DiCarlo with it. Shot clock winding down, looking for the screen. Gets some room at the buzzer. Yes! Cesar DiCarlo, the Italian stallion, with the bucket. Now knotted up at 67. Here is Cade Cunningham inside. DiCarlo with really good defense there, but Cade is just able to toughen him out there. Anthony Edwards drives inside. Contested layup is good, and we are tied up. Look at the scoreboard. 69-69. Nice. Who will be the unfortunate soul to break the tie? It's going to be Anthony Edwards, who gets the and one. Edwards kind of lost control of the ball, but as soon as he got it back, he realized there was no one in between him and the basket, and he takes advantage. 73-74 now. Edwards, who's having a great quarter, gets it to DiCarlo in the corner for Khalif Dumbu, who sinks the three. 4-point game. Kawhi, guarded by Reddish. He's blocked. Kawhi ends up back with it and gets the dunk. Good second chance play there by the Claw. 75-77. Tatum off the catch for three. No good. Reddish with the offensive rebound. He gets the putback. Cam Reddish's numbers aren't going to wow you, but he's been doing the dirty work all night. Cam Reddish has been the X factor today for the Knicks, and he is really playing well. Booker with a dime in the corner for Kawhi. Fools Reddish on the pump fake. Hits the three. Reddish heard me gassing him up, so now he has to make a bad defensive play, and we are within one. Lillard drives inside quickly for the dunk. The Pistons were not ready. New York quickly reacting. Again, that's part of this quick tempo. If you're not looking, the other team is going to score. Tatum with a deep three. New York leads it by 4. Alexander Swift III is blocked inside. Swift, for a very short period of time, was on the Knicks roster, funny enough. And the possession finishes out with a fast break dunk from Jason Tatum. 80-86 now. The Knicks with one of their biggest leads of the day so far. Swift in the corner for Leonard. He's blocked. Jason Tatum says, "Get that out of here." Big block for JT. Well, the following inbound, Leonard is cooking Zachariah Royster. Leonard's like pushing 40, but he is making a really nice move there. Here's Leonard again. Snuffed by Royster. That's how you get back at him. Tatum to Lillard. Lillard tries to lob it up for Tatum. He's unsuccessful. I think the roof of this place would have exploded if they got that successfully. Instead, Dalen Carter-Jones throws it down with the slam. 84-88. Johnson in the corner for Khalif Dumbu, who hits the triple. 84-91. Bridges, no good. Grabs the rebound over to Kawhi. Leonard with another one. Kawhi has turned back the clock. Here in the third quarter, it's a 2-point game as Dumbu is in for the dunk. Khalif Dumbu has also been very good here in the third quarter as he switches hands and throws it down. 89-93. Carter-Jones no good. Grabs the rebound, sends it in the corner for Leonard. Line 2 is good. Another make for Kawhi. He continues to have a phenomenal quarter, and the lead is within 2. Ivey, guarded by Lillard. Ivey inside. Too much for Dame. And we are knotted up at 93. Final moments of the third. Here's Dumbu in the corner for Lillard at the buzzer. What time is it? It's Dame time. 96-93. The Knicks take the lead at the end of the third quarter. This game continues to be back and forth. The deficit has been nothing bigger than 8. This has been an awesome start to the playoffs. DiCarlo inside for the layup. I want to see Cesar DiCarlo get more aggressive in the fourth quarter. He has not looked his best today. Here is Booker inside. Dunks it over Anthony Edwards. We're again within 1 score. Tatum draws a double. Somebody's going to be open. It's DiCarlo. His shot no good. Another offensive rebound, though, for Cam Reddish, and the Knicks will get another chance on this possession. DiCarlo looks to drive inside. His pass is tipped and stolen away. Cunningham ends up with it for the Pistons on the fast break. Cade over to Dalen Carter-Jones. He makes the layup. We are within 1. Detroit is now looking to get the lead back. Cade Cunningham over to Carter-Jones for 3. And the Pistons are back ahead. Dalen Carter-Jones, the young forward, giving the Pistons some high-energy minutes off the bench. But Tatum quickly responds with a dunk, and we're now knotted up at 100 with 7.5 to go. Cade Cunningham in the corner. Booker quickly tries to lob it up for Hayes, but it's tipped and stolen. Tatum's going to take it the length of the floor himself, and he gets the fast break dunk. 26-8 for Jason Tatum. The Pistons would take the lead back, though. It's a 2-point game. Here's Booker with it. Inside. Nice move by Book. And the Pistons lead by 4. DiCarlo brings it up the floor for New York. He gets it over to Tatum. Open for 3. Deep shot is good. 29 for Jason Tatum now. 108-105. Ramses picks Mikal Bridges' pocket. Takes it all the way with the slam. And with 5 minutes to go, it's a 1-point game. Now the Knicks can take the lead. Here's Anthony Edwards over to Cam Reddish. Line 2 is good. And Reddish has the Knicks on top. This lead has been passed around today like a blunt. Rams is inside with the dunk. And now the Knicks lead by 3. New York has got the momentum right now. They're playing really well over these last few minutes, but they've got to keep it going. Now that they're winning, they can't let the pedal off the metal. What the hell was that defense? Both guys on the perimeter were wide open. Lillard did not know who to guard. So Cade Cunningham ties it up. It's now 111-111. Jackson Hayes drives inside, blows by Jason Tatum. That was also piss-poor defense, and the Pistons now with the lead. Ivy inside with the slam, and all of a sudden, the momentum has shifted to Detroit. Knicks call a timeout as they trail by 4. Lillard over to Jason Tatum in the corner. Tatum hits the 3. JT's now got 32 and 11. We are within 1. Cunningham blocked by Reddish. Here comes the Knicks in transition. Edwards to Tatum. Tatum inside for the layup. No good, but he grabs the offensive rebound, gets the putback, and the New York Knicks take the lead. 115-116. Booker with it with about a minute and a half to go. Inside makes the layup, and the Pistons are up by 1. Lillard over to Ramses. Ramses drives inside. He gets it to Tatum. Tatum's doubled. Somebody's going to be open. It's Lillard for 3. In the corner. No good. Man, that was the time for the Knicks to really make a play. Lillard had a really good look. Doesn't make it. And then on the other end, the Pistons will get the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. It's a Mark Williams and 1. Under a minute to go now. Ramses misses the floater inside. Rebounded by Detroit. And the Knicks are already going to start to foul. Not looking good for New York. Reddish is snuffed at the rim. Jackson Hayes snatches it away. That one might be the dagger. It's in the hands of Booker, who's going to be fouled by Jason Tatum. He would make both. 8-point game. The biggest this lead has been all night. Ramses hits the step-back 3. He's up to 28. The Knicks just trying to keep anything going, but with 30 seconds to go, it's not looking good. Ramses over to Edwards. Quick shot. Will not fall. And that feels like your ball game. The Knicks are going to keep fouling, but it's not going to matter. Jaden Ivey will dribble out the clock. And the Detroit Pistons win game 1, 128-119. It's funny that this is the final score because the 9-point deficit is the biggest that this lead ends up being for either team all night. A back-and-forth game until the very end. The lead kept being shifted. This was such a fast-paced game, and I almost feel like that goes better for us. Even though we lost, I'm a little bit encouraged because I feel like the Pistons, who are an older team, are going to be more likely to wear down quicker than we are. 34 for Tatum, 28 for Ramses, but we need everybody else to step up. I did like what I saw from Cam Reddish. He was really the X factor for us, doing a little bit of everything, playing tough defense, grabbing offensive rebounds, but we need more from Edwards. We need more from Lillard. We need more from DiCarlo. We need more from Zachariah Royster. Our lone big was not good down low. Booker with 25, Ivy with 23, Cade with 18 and 8. It's the three guards, man. These guys are so good. Double-doubles for Hayes and Williams. Dalen Carter-Jones and Kawhi Leonard were really good off the bench. Both teams were very efficient from three. The Pistons out-rebounded us by 14. They scored 30 more points in the paint than us, 78-48. So we're not going to change the lineup yet. We're going to keep it as it is, but with how we played down low, I am concerned. I'm equally as concerned that Royster did not play well at all in Game 1. So hopefully he gets his act together or else we could be in trouble. Let's now check in on Minnesota. So the first game I accidentally simulated and we lost by 28. Not ideal. Coco Diablo was really good. Nobody else showed up. 3 for 11, 3 for 11, 2 for 11 for Thanopoulos. The team did not shoot the ball well at all. Coco had 0 assists, and I think that's because nobody on the team was making shots. So we're going to simcast Game 2. If it's close, we're going to hop in. The Thunder seem to have the edge, but now the Timberwolves take the lead in the fourth quarter. I think we're probably going to hop in soon. We're up by 1, 5 minutes to go. Let's try to win this game here for Minnesota before we get back to Game 2 for the Knicks. Coco Diablo with the slam. The Timberwolves now lead by 5. Minnesota's got to win here. They can't afford to lose both of these games at home and go down 0-2. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the dunk. Remember when we were all convinced that he was going to join the Knicks? Good times. Coco Diablo misses the layup, but Griffin is there with the offensive rebound and the putback. Great play by A.J. Griffin. 126-129. Nice dunk for Keldon Johnson, and OKC brings it within 1. Minnesota calls time at the 2.5-minute mark. Diablo with it. He's got 17 and 7 off the screen. Diablo fade away 3. Got it! Coco Diablo with the triple. 4-point game. Coco over to Markelle Fultz. Back to Coco. Deep 3. Heat check! Coco Diablo getting Coco crazy. 7-point lead for Minnesota. They've got to hold on. Wally Knotts the third makes the layup. OKC within 5, and Minnesota calls a timeout. Here's DeJounte Murray now. Over to Chet Holmgren. Holmgren guarded by Griffin. That, my friends, is a mismatch, and Holmgren will take advantage, and it's a one-score game. 30 seconds to go. This is OKC's opportunity. Nice cut for DeJounte Murray. Over to Chet Holmgren with the dunk, and it is a 1-point game. Shot clock unplugged. Who's going to shoot the 3 throws for Minnesota? It's got to be Coco Diablo, right? Diablo is fouled by SGA. He will go to the line to shoot 2. The first one for Coco Diablo is good. The second one will follow, and it is also good. So OKC will call their final timeout. They trail by 3. Do you go for the 3 or do you go for the quick 2? Chet's shot is good, and we are again within 1. The ball will go back into the hands of Coco Diablo, who is fouled once more, and he will go back to the line for a pair. The first one is good. Coco has been clutch here in this fourth quarter. He's made big shots over the last few minutes. Now 4 for 4 at the line. So the Thunder brought Langdon Shepherd in for just about no reason, and he ties it with a ridiculous 3. What the hell? So Minnesota has it. They're out of timeouts. They've got to make a play here. It's in the hands of Diablo, trying to get some space. Coco for the win. Bang! Coco Diablo wins it for Minnesota at the buzzer. Oh my goodness, what an end to the game. Coco clutch. Get some space on the move. The midi is gonna fall, and the Timberwolves tie the series at 1. What a play for Coco Diablo, who just had the fourth quarter of his life. Coco willed this team to the win. He was damn near the only guy who got the ball in the final 4 minutes, and for good reason, because he just about did not miss. Oh my goodness, Coco Diablo is the man. Minnesota's got to be feeling good about the trade. So Coco had 20 in the fourth, 26 in the second half on really good shooting. After a very quiet first half, they'll finish with 29 total. And the role players were a lot better. We scored 80 points in Game 1 and then 141 points in Game 2. That's a 61-point difference. That's a lot. Onuaku with 35. SGA with a near triple-double. Murray and Holmgren were good. Shepherd with the big 3. This Thunder team is really, really tough. And I think this series could very well go 6 or 7. I want to dissect this final possession again. So obviously we got to get the ball in the hands of Coco. He's the one who's going to take the shot. We tried to have Thanopoulos set the screen. It wasn't a very good screen, so Coco just got a little bit of space, and that's all he needed to hit the game winner. That was a really good play by Coco Diablo. Nobody gave him any space. Everybody was on the left side of the floor, so that was all Coco. So a crazy ending to the second game of the Minnesota series as we hop back into the Knicks and Pistons. Here is Game 2 at the Garden. Just like Minnesota, the Knicks see this as a game that they have to win. They can't afford to go down 0-2, and they certainly can't afford to lose both of these games at home. If the Knicks want any real shot of winning this series, they have to win this game. Again, the Pistons are not your ordinary 8th seed. This is not some 40-win team who's limping into the playoffs, who doesn't really deserve it. These guys are good. You cannot let the pedal off the metal. Both teams rocking their alternates today. Tatum wins the tip again as the Pistons had the ball early. Devin Booker with it. Inside for Cade Cunningham. He gets the early layup. Cade was a little quiet as a scorer in the first game, but he did a great job facilitating to Ivy and Booker. Here's Jason Tatum. Deep three. Wide open is good. The Pistons have Mark Williams playing down low. If they're going to play man-to-man defense, Mark Williams has to play on the perimeter. Otherwise, Tatum's just going to knock down threes. Good dunk for the Pistons. That was Mark Williams. The Knicks lead at 6-7. Again, if you're going to have Williams guard Tatum, you got to have him up on the perimeter. If Tatum's open for three, he's going to make it even if he's 5 or 6 feet beyond the three-point line. Wash, rinse, repeat. The Knicks are going to keep giving Tatum the ball if you leave him open. Tatum's got 11 of the Knicks' first 13 points. Now he has the size mismatch with Booker, takes advantage with the fadeaway. Jason Tatum's got 13 points on 5 of 5 shooting, and the Knicks lead by 5. Ivy at the top of the key with the screen. Jaden Ivey with it. Inside for Jackson Hayes for the dunk. Good play there by the Pistons. We are within 1 score. I'm curious to see if anybody else can step up in terms of scoring. Nice move by Edwards. Shot doesn't fall, but he grabs his own rebound. Gets the putback layup. Nice move for Ant-Man. 17-12 now. DiCarlo with it. He has it stripped away by the big fella Mark Williams. He gets it over to Ivy. Ivy with the poster! What a play by Jaden Ivey with the slam, and it's 17-14. Cunningham over to Ivy. Ivy crosses up Ramses, back to Cade. That little two-man game with Cade and Ivy was really nice on that possession. Lob attempt for the Pistons is unsuccessful, and here comes the Knicks. Ramses in transition makes the mid-ranger, and it is a 3-point lead for New York. Royster has some room, thinks about the three, doesn't take. Over to Tatum. He has another size mismatch, and he will again take advantage. Tatum still has not missed a shot today. Just get the ball in his hands and let him cook. 18-21. Carter Jones over to Kawhi. He's guarded by Royster. Lob for Dalen Carter-Jones. The Pistons made that exact same play in Game 1 with the backdoor cut for Carter-Jones. And the Knicks are going to answer right back. Zachariah Royster with a lob of his own. And it's 22-23. 2.5 to go in the first. This game, just like Game 1, has been super quick, super fast-paced. Why is Mark Williams wide open in the paint? Got to play better defense than that. 24-23. Tatum with it. Tatum drives inside. He's got 15 points on perfect shooting. Fade away. Knocks it down. Jason Tatum is him. He's got 17 in the first quarter. 24-25. Step back. Tatum lets it fly. Got it! Jason Tatum is that guy. You cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Tatum with it again. Step back at the buzzer. You have got to be kidding me. Jason Tatum has 23 points on 8 of 8 shooting from the field. 5 for 5 from 3. The Knicks lead at 31-26. Jason Tatum with 23 points on his own. Tatum out of the game now, so the Pistons are going to have to take advantage as Cade Cunningham gets the dunk. Everybody on the Knicks, not named Jason Tatum, only has 8 points so far. The rest of the guys got to pick it up. Nice move by DJ Ramses. If he can get hot like he did in Game 1, I think that could be a big deal. 33-28. Cunningham blows by Damian Lillard. Lillard's like 35, 36 years old. There's not much he can do defensively at this point, especially with Cade Cunningham blowing right by him. Cade gets it over to Jaden Ivey. That is an and-one. For how good Jason Tatum played in the first quarter, you'd think the Knicks would have a little bit of a lead, but they don't. They're only up by 2. Here is Royster with it. Nice move and nice finish for Royster Moister. 33-37 now. The Knicks starting to play a little bit better here in the second quarter. Cunningham for three. That's a deep one, and it falls. Nice shot for Cade Cunningham. It's 36-37. Reddish over to Edwards. Edwards inside with the poster dunk. Great move by Anthony Edwards. Edwards has got to heat up as well. The Knicks traded for him to be the second star. They gave away Coco Diablo and Apollo Thanopoulos to have Edwards on the team. He's got to show what he can do. Nice layup for the Pistons. They bring you within one. Cade's got DeCarlo in some isolation. DeCarlo's not holding up, but Cunningham will make the floater. 41-40 now. Another very tight game. This has been just like game one, as Royster gets blocked. What a defensive play by Jackson Hayes. Cunningham with it over to Devin Booker. Booker inside. Nice pass for Jaden Ivey, and the Pistons take the lead. 44-43 now. Tatum's got 23 points as he fools the defender on the pump fake. He's back in the game, and he's right back to business. 25 for Jason Tatum, still on perfect shooting. 44-45. Here's Cade Cunningham inside with the and one. Great play for Cade. 49-45. Jason Tatum with it. Tatum's going to look to move inside, and Tatum throws it down. A big-time slam for Jason Tatum. 51-47 now. The Pistons with the lead. Mikal Bridges guarded by Reddish, and Bridges. Pistons with their biggest lead of the day, as it's now going to be cut down to 4. Swift with it, and it's stripped away by Damian Lillard in transition. Nothing but open floor ahead as he gets the dunk. Everybody knows Lillard is a ridiculous shooter, which he is, but people forget that he is a great dunker. He won the slam dunk contest early in his NBA career. Speaking of great dunkers, meet Jackson Hayes, who gets the putback poster. 55-51. Tatum has 29 points. He still has not missed until right now. That's his first miss of the entire game. Following Knicks possession, Tatum drives inside, and he will miss the layup. So Jason Tatum misses a bunny, and now he's got a couple of misses. 57-53, Swift inside, lobs it up for the big fella, Mark Williams. 6-point lead. Knicks are going to get one more shot here before the end of the half. It's Rock Khalif Dumbu who misses the three. York finds themselves trailing by 6. It's 59-53 of a lot of interesting storylines about this game. Obviously, we've got ourselves quite the duel with Cade Cunningham, who's got 24 points, and Jason Tatum, who's got 31 points. Tatum himself is 5 for 5 from 3, but everybody else on both teams only has 1 3-pointer combined. Well, it's going to be 2 now as Anthony Edwards hits the fadeaway triple. Nice shot for Ant-Man. I'm curious to see if either of these teams can get hot shooting from 3, because nobody other than Jason Tatum can make a long-range shot in the first half to save their lives. Shot is no good for Williams. He gets the putback. The Pistons are continuing to dominate down low, and the Jason Tatum at center experiment is continuing to fail, not to the fault of Tatum, who's got 31 points on ridiculous efficiency. Nice layup for Ivy. Detroit now leads by 7. Ivy guarded by Ramses. The Pistons are in takeover mode. They can really take a nice lead here as Mark Williams dunks it home on Jason Tatum. And now the Pistons lead by 9. Cunningham, quick pass for Booker. He makes the shot. And that is the first double-digit deficit of the entire playoff series. 67-56. Here is DeCarlo over to Jason Tatum on the wing. Hits the 3. If the Knicks want to come back, they've got to get Jason Tatum hot, just like in the first quarter. The only difference is they've got to continue to play good defense. Lob is good for Jaden Ivey off the pass from Cade Cunningham. 69-59. DeCarlo with a dunk at the zone. Again, I want to see DeCarlo be more aggressive. He's only got 4 points after a quiet game 1. Speaking of aggressiveness, Jason Tatum drives inside for the dunk. He now is 36. 69-63. The Knicks continuing to hang in there. Cunningham for Mark Williams, who gets the dunk. Williams continues to be very effective as a scorer with all of these mismatches. He is taking full advantage. Ramses blows by Jaden Ivey, gets a dunk of his own. DJ's got to get hot as well. He only had 4 points in the first half. Got to get more out of him. Cunningham airballs the 3. Here comes the Knicks in transition. Tatum, wide open lane with the 270 slam. Nice dunk for Tatum. Lead within 4. 71-67. Anthony Edwards now joining in on the fun. The Knicks are putting on a dunk show in the second half. They were down by 10 about a minute ago. Now they're only down by 2. Jaden Ivey inside, and he will make the layup, and the Pistons lead by 4, make it 2. Anthony Edwards has a wide open man in the corner. It's Lillard for the lead. Damian Lillard hits the three. New York is ahead 74-73. Ivy inside. Floater is no good. The Knicks' interior defense is finally starting to play decently well over the last few minutes. On the other end, wide open in the corner is Anthony Edwards. He hits the tray off the assist by Tatum. That's Jason Tatum's first assist of the entire playoffs after like 70 total points in the first game and a half. Ivy misses a layup. Again, the Knicks defense looking good. On the other end, Tatum, catch and shoot, three. Knocks it down. He's got 41 points. The Knicks are red hot. They've got 3 straight possessions with threes. Why not add another one? Zachariah Royster with the three. At one point in this game, the Knicks trailed 59-69. Since then, they've outscored the Pistons 24-6. A big-time block on defense on the other end. Tatum inside for the dunk, and that run will now be 26-6 over the last few minutes. An unbelievable stretch on both ends of the floor, particularly offensively for the Knicks, but they're still not done. Lillard off the steal for three. No good, but Zachariah Royster grabs the offensive rebound and the putback. These Knicks look unstoppable right now. The run is now at 28-6. Detroit's got to answer quickly, and they will. Dalen Carter-Jones hits the three. We're back within single digits. 78-87. Carter-Jones inside and one. This is not your ordinary second-year player. Dalen Carter-Jones is making so many plays for Detroit. The lead is at 5. Johnson over to Anthony Edwards. Edwards with the dunk. He continues to have a phenomenal third quarter, up to 18 points on the day. 5-point lead. Lillard drives for the layup, no good, and that'll wrap up the third quarter. That was a really good quarter of basketball for the Knicks. They were down by 10 at one point, then they were up by as much as 12, but the Pistons are starting to play better. They've cut the lead down to 5, and Detroit is back in the game. Let's start the fourth quarter off with a bang. A huge and one for Cesar DiCarlo, who gets a lucky bounce. Lead back up to 8. Bridges inside, no good, but Jackson Hayes will quickly get the putback. It is a 6-point lead now for the Knicks. Here is DiCarlo over to Royster. Zachariah Royster with the dunk. Royster's played so much better here in Game 2. It's been so encouraging to see him actually look like he knows what he's doing. 88-96. Here's Devin Booker. Nice layup. The lead back down to 6. Anthony Edwards with it. He is in takeover mode as he gets it to DiCarlo, who's open for 3. His shot is not going to fall. Royster with another offensive rebound, though. And look at the mismatch. He's guarded by Jaden Ivey, and he's going to take advantage of that all day, every day. Great possession by Royster. 92-98. Here's Jason Tatum with it. He's got the mismatch. Fadeaway is going to fall, and Jason Tatum's up to 45 shots and still is on ridiculous efficiency. He's still only missed like 3 shots all night. No exaggeration. Jaden Ivey for 3. Bang! The Pistons cut the lead at half, and it's a one-score game. 97-100. Tatum fools the defender on the pump fake, and he's in for the layup. Tatum up to 47 points on the night. There's a real shot. He breaks the Knicks record for the most points in a playoff game. Cade Cunningham with it. Cunningham's shot is good, and the lead is within 1. 5.5 minutes to go. DiCarlo looking for the screen from Reddish. He's not really going to get it, so he's going to instead send it out to Reddish in the corner. Bang! Killer Cam Reddish with a huge 3. 2-point game. Dumbu with the screen. Somebody's open. DiCarlo at the top of the key. Bang! Big 3 for Cesar DiCarlo. He has been really aggressive here in the fourth quarter, and that's paid dividends. Tatum now for 3. That's a 50-piece. Not 49, not 51, 50. 6-point lead with about 3 minutes to go. Ivy's shot is good. The Pistons cut it down to 4. 107-111. This is what playoff basketball is all about. Mark Williams with the dunk. We are now within 2. The Knicks got to play their best 2.5 minutes of ball over the entire season. They cannot afford to lose this game. Tatum has the double. Ramses is open. Hits the 3. The Knicks have shot the 3 ball very well in the second half after nobody other than Tatum could shoot it in the first half. 5-point game. Cunningham back to Mark Williams. I'm surprised Mark Williams hasn't broken the rim yet with how many dunks he's had. DiCarlo's pass is going to be turned over. The Pistons in transition. Lob is not successful. Ramses picks it off. Ramses with a dime for Reddish. and he will draw the foul. Really good possession there by New York. Reddish would make both free throws. It's a 5-point game. Cunningham now with it. Inside makes the layup. Really good defense by DiCarlo, but Cunningham is just a little too good. 3-point game now. Ramses gets some space. He is going to be intercepted by Williams. Williams over to Bridges. Bridges now with it for Detroit. And for Jackson Hayes. He dunks it home, and we are within one. 115-116, just about a minute to go. Edwards' shot, no good, but Tatum is there for the tip-in, and he's got 52 points. One of the biggest plays of the night for Jason Tatum, as the lead is back up to 3. 115-118, under a minute to go. Cunningham again, really good defense by DiCarlo, but Cade Cunningham is really good at basketball. 3-point game. Tatum is the double. Over to Ramses. He gets it to DiCarlo, and he misses the layup. I really like that play. DiCarlo with a great cut, but he misses the easy shot, and now the Pistons can take the lead. Cunningham heaves up a prayer. What was he thinking? Obviously, he misses it, and Cesar DiCarlo will go to the line to shoot too. What was the thought process from Cade Cunningham shooting that shot? DiCarlo will make both, and the Knicks lead by 3. So that poses the question for Detroit. Do you go for the 3 or do you go for the quick 2? Booker inside, blocked by Tatum. Edwards with the rebound, and he is fouled. The Knicks can ice this game with a couple of free throws from Anthony Edwards. The first one is good. The second one to potentially follow and put the Knicks up by 5. This one is up and in. The Knicks have been clutch down the stretch at the line. They have not missed a free throw all night long. 5-point game. The Pistons aren't even getting a shot off. Hayes heaves it up, and it will not matter. This game is over. The New York Knicks take Game 2, 122-117. What a start to this playoff series, man. Regular season ball is fun, but playoff ball is at another level, especially with two really good teams, and you don't normally see that in the 1 versus 8 matchup. We got that in real life with the Heat and the Bucks, but that doesn't happen too often. Jason Tatum with 52 points on 20 of 23 from the field, 8 of 9 from 3. Is that like the greatest scoring performance in the history of the playoffs? 52 points on 80+% shooting? Tatum scores the most points, field goals, and threes in Knicks playoff history, and his Game 1 total of threes is in 4th. He was 11 points off from the all-time playoff record set by MJ, but he actually almost broke it 2 years ago, funny enough, when he was with Boston. 20 for Edwards. Royster played a lot better today. DiCarlo was better. Reddish, the best 1-for-9 game I've ever seen. He continues to be the X factor, doing all the little things. As for Detroit, Cunningham is really good. Ivy is really good. Mark Williams is really good. The problem is the Pistons did not shoot the ball well from 3. They lived and died in the paint, and it almost worked. They scored 90 points in the paint, but they only shot 3 for 15 from the field. The impressive thing about all their points inside is that they only shot 5 free throws. We shot 21. We out-rebounded them. We had 12 more threes and 17 more free throws. Our shooting is the reason why we won this game, added on with the fact that we actually did pretty well with the boards. So the rebounding was not an issue, but it's more so just about stopping them inside, which we had some good stretches on defense, but there wasn't a lot of consistency. I think that's going to be the key for us in this series. If we can stop them down low, I think we can win. If we can't, then there could be some trouble. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. I know this one was a long one, but it was really fun. Some very exciting games for both the Knicks and the Timberwolves, who had their series both tied at 1. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.